everyone. A very pleasant good evening. As tonight the Lady Cards face the Grizz of Grace, just down the road about, I think it's 11 miles, if I remember correctly. In Grace, Soda won the game in Grace 44-40, and it was probably a game that Grace let get away from them. They probably should have won that. In fact, I talked to Kyle Christensen. In fact, he's a good friend, and just I love him as a coach. He's a good guy. But he said it was turnovers, and they couldn't keep Soda off from the free throw line. So Grace, they come in tonight 2-1. They have a win over Westside 54-33. They lost to Soda 44-40, and they beat Aberdeen 61-40. They'll be at the Ryrie Bulldog Shootout on December 6th, and then they'll be at New Plymouth on December 7th. That's kind of a hike just north of Boise. And then they're going to play Prairie, the Pirates, on December 14th. And that game will also be at New Plymouth High School, the Pilgrims' home high school. Soda comes in 1-3. They lost to Bear Lake 51-25. They beat Grace 44-40. Lost to Parma 49-29, and lost to Melba last Saturday 62-51. And so December 5th, the Cardinals head on down to the Desert Hills Classic in St. George. And of course, I'm kind of from St. George. That's where my kids grew up. Spent about 26 years in St. George. And then the Cardinals will be at Wendell on December 12th. We've got West J at Soda on Friday, December 13th. And Declo will be at Soda on Saturday, December 14th. Take a look at the conference. Aberdeen is 1-2. They lost to Marsh Valley 50-29. Lost to North Fremont 61-29. And then they beat Grace Lutheran 48-45. They will be at North Fremont December 3rd. Declo comes in 0-3. Lost to Filer 41-29. Lost to Firth 51-23. Lost to Marsing 46-33. And they are at Ryrie tonight, face Lady Bulldogs. Wendell just 2 games, and they won both of them. They beat Richfield 39-12 and beat Gooding 67-44. And I didn't get who they were playing next. In fact, I was at Portness this afternoon. They were doing echograms on my heart. Traffic's already pretty thick on the freeway, and I hustled over there, and I hadn't really done my homework, and I was sitting here doing it on my phone. So, there I did get it. I can't read my writing. They've got Richfield at Wendell on December 5th. Westside 1-3. Lost to West J 55-24. Lost to Grace 54-33. Lost to Marsh Valley 49-22. They beat Rockland 33-24. And they are at Firth tonight. Just about ready to go for the junior varsity game. Happy to have you along with us on the YouTube channel. Malad is 3-1. Lost to Bear Lake 61-36, and then that's a good Malad team. I knew they were going to be good. They beat American Falls 58-43. They beat beat Melbourne 72 to 23 and beat Parma 56 to 40 there at Marsh Valley tonight. I'm just going to have to pick up these Grace kids as we go. We're ready to go. Soda in white, Grace in gray. Tip comes down and is taken by Soda. Taken outside Parker over the right side for the lady cards. This is the junior cards. Working on the ankle, drop it inside to Mumford, and the ball stolen away. Stolen away by Gray, stolen away by Bartolome, and then they threw it over the head. And again, I'm calling this game without my glasses. I lost my glasses. I do have the exam already done. Hopefully by the time we get to December 12th, our next home game, I'll have a new pair. On the right side is Josie Tingy. Parker just about stepped into the backcourt. Right side on the ankle, looking inside to Mumford. Tingy drive, dumps it to Mumford. His shot was blocked, and then put up and in. And I'm thinking that was, let me find her. That's why and shot is up and good, and we're tied at 2. I was looking at the varsity rather than the junior varsity in my scorebook. Lob comes in, beautiful lob to Mumford, and Mumford scores. So Skinner scores, Mumford scores. The shot underneath is up and no good by Cooper. That was a foul. They haven't posted anything yet. The Grace ball out of bounds. Grace in gray, or bullet gray. Ball comes in outside, comes up top to Lloyd. Very familiar names for Grace. Ball comes to Yost at a high post, and his shot is up and good. Parker will bring it into the forecourt. Ball goes to Tingy. Ball knocked away out of bounds. And I think that was Taylor Tingy that knocked it out. 4-4, we're tied up in the junior varsity game. Grace with the basketball. Midcourt trap as Parker challenges at midcourt. Goes to the left side to Lloyd. Lloyd drops it inside, and the shot is good. Grace takes a 2-point lead. I'm still trying to pick up the number. I struggle with ponytails. That was Bartolome that put it in. The shot is good, and I think she was fouled. Basically, Bartolome got the basket on the other end. Mumford with the basket on this side. She'll go to the free throw line. Hosted the foul. Mumford puts the free throw up and good. She's put in some good varsity minutes. Soda takes a 1-point lead. Full court pressures. Mumford challenges the ball. Comes in to Lloyd. Taken away. Parker with the 3-point shot. Rims off. Parker got the rebound. She's got some good varsity minutes. Goes over to Taylor Tingy. Tingy lost it. Grace with the basketball working down the floor. And it is Bartolome working against Parker. Terminates her dribble. Gets it over to Lloyd between the circles. Taken away by Soda. Goes to Mumford to Parker. Parker will bring it into the forecourt. Parker will work to the left wing. Inside. Tried to drop it into Tingy. Tingy did a good job of recovering that one. Tingy drives, shot no good, rebound and the shot up, and we've got a foul. And I think the foul was, I said 1-5, now they posted Rasmussen. That's her first. Second team foul. As Soda to inbound the ball, comes into Mumford outside. It goes to Tingy. Kaylee Tingy outside between the circles. Gets it over the right side on the angle to Parker, back to Tingy. Comes over to Josie Tingy, back up top to Taylor. Parker will take it between the circles. 18 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Goes over on the right wing to Taylor Tingy. We got a whistle. And Soda turns it over. No foul against Soda. That's Soda's first team foul. And that foul's going to go against Parker. So Jaden Parker picks up the foul. Grace with the basketball into the forecourt. Mumford goes for the steal. Knocked it away from Cooper. And Soda comes up with it. Soda Junior Varsity leads by 1, 7-6 as Parker pulls up. Tried to get it down in the low block to Mumford, and it's taken away by Cooper. And then Mumford comes back, steals it right back into the forecourt to Parker. Parker pulls up in the right elbow. That's no good. And out of bounds was Yost. And it'll be Soda's ball along their own baseline. I'll try to force it into Mumford and threw it through traffic. And Grace picks it off. Long lead pass comes down to Rasmussen. Shot is up, no good. Nice rebound. Grace misses a chippy, and the shortest player on the floor comes out of there with it. It is Jaden Parker. Into the forecourt to Tingy, back to Parker. High post to Mumford. Working on the angle, across over to Josie Tingy. Tingy drives with the left hand. I think she is a southpaw. As I remember volleyball, she had a wicked serve. Comes into Mumford, and that was kind of a lazy pass. And it's picked off. Bartlome did a good job of recovering. Hatch shot is up, no good. Rebound is tipped away. And coming up with it, I believe, is Rasmussen. Goes down to Yost. Inside, shot is up. Tough luck shot there. And a battle for the rebound. We got a jump ball, I believe. They're going to call a foul. It's got to be a jump, and the alternate possession belongs to Soda. Checking into the game is Miley White. Checking in for Grace is Brooke Wakefield and Paisley Hatch. I was watching Shaston Lloyd warm up. She's really quick for Grace. She checks out. Parker gets a pick, works to the right side, down in the corner. They work it to White, back outside to Parker. White on the wing. Comes into Mumford, and Mumford's going to get fouled from behind by Callie Yost. 7-6, 1 point lead for the Cards. White to inbound the ball for Soda along their own baseline. Fronted by Bartlome. Shot was knocked away, and it went off from Mumford. So nice defense by Grace. 2:16 to go in the first quarter. Ball comes into Bartlome. Back to Hatch. Hatch drives it down the left side. Gets it back to Bartlome. Picked by Wakefield. Bartlome drives around the pick, hands it back to Wakefield. Wakefield around the arc to the right angle. High post to Yost. Underneath, and a nice job finding the open player. I believe that was Hatch. I'm going to have to straighten down my scorebook at halftime. Grace leads 8-7. Ball comes outside. 3-point shot up by Tingy. Ball comes down to Bartlome. Lead pass to Hatch. Hatch will work it to the right angle for Grace. And ball picked off by Parker. Parker, bounce pass over to Tingy, and I believe Tingy was fouled. No, they called that an offensive foul. That wasn't a good call at all. There's no way they had position on that. So it'll be Grace's ball. They called that foul against Tingy. Ball comes in. Nice job inbounding the ball, breaking the press up to Yost. Yost drives, puts it up, and she was fouled. And the foul was against Osborne, who's checked in. And that's the third foul on Soda. And at the line will be Yost. She'll shoot 2. Shot is up and good. Nice free throw right down to the bottom of the well. 9-7. Grace with 1:11 to go. Second shot by Yost. Rims out. Parker runs it down on the side. She's double teamed. Gets it off to White. White will push it into the forecourt. Bounce pass to Parker. Back to White. White from behind the free throw line banked it in. 9-9, we're tied. Bartlemay, the backcourt, or Hatch, just about lost it. Goes over to Bartlemay. And then knocked straight up in the air, and he got a jump ball, and the alternate possession belongs to Soda. Anna Jensen, a freshman for Grace, checks in. The ball comes into Parker. Parker's the point guard for the Cards. Parker will work to the right angle. Block comes into Tingy. Tingy on the angle. Give and go to Mumford, but Mumford didn't quite catch up to it. And the ball goes out of bounds. And with 31 seconds to go in the first quarter, we're tied at 9. 9-9. Bartlemay works it into the four-court. Cooper. Shot up by Yost. And we got a whistle. And that's going to go against Mumford. That's your first. And Yost at the free throw line for 2. Yost puts it up and dances on the rim and drops in. Kelly Yost is a freshman. We don't have any heights on these kids, but she's pretty tall. 5'10-ish, 11-ish. And the rebound comes down to Jensen, and the ball goes out of bounds. Checking in for Soda is going to be Taylor Peterboard. And they say the ball went off to Soda. So Grace will have it, leading by 1, 10-9 with 13.9 seconds. Ball comes outside. Comes over to Wakefield. Wakefield has it taken away. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Shot is up and no good. And at the end of 1, Grace 10 and Soda 9. Jumping back in for the Grizz, Shaston Lloyd. She's a junior. And this is junior varsity. So anybody that isn't a senior is eligible to play. Soda doesn't have a C team. And so they are mostly freshmen. There's 6 freshmen and 2 sophomores on the Soda junior varsity team, not 1 junior. 10-9, Grace with a 1-point lead. And there's the warning buzzer. We're just about ready to go for the second quarter. Game down in Grace when they first played. Soda was behind. This is varsity. They were behind the entire game and come back and shot 4 free throws and held on to a 4-point lead. And Coach Kyle Christensen said, yeah, it was turnovers and putting Soda at the free throw line. Wakefield will in the ball to Lloyd in the backcourt. Grace goes with Jensen. And let's see, Rasmussen goes over to the right side, bounce pass inside, knocked away. White comes up with it. White is really quick. Tried to force it over to the right side, comes back to White between the circles. Left side they work it to Tingy, that's Haley Tingy. Right side goes to White. You know how I can tell the Soda kids, White has pink shoes. Parker and Osborne have teal shoes. I tell by the shoes. Tingy with the rebound, puts a shot up at the buzzer. Rebound comes down to Peterborough. Comes back outside to White. White will work it to the right angle. Kicked away from Peterborough. She collects it. Goes across the top over to Taylor Tingy. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Goes to Osborne. Osborne has teal shoes. Tapped over, comes back over to Osborne. Osborne at the free throw line. Has it raked away by Jensen. So Grace with the basketball leading by 1. 6:34 to go. Goes across court to Hatch, down to Lloyd. Back up top to Jensen, 3-point shot, caroms off, and taken away inside by Wakefield. Shot partially blocked, and Soda comes down with it. Peterborough gets it to Tingy. Tingy lost it, but White collects it. White puts up a 3-point shot, and that rims out. 6 minutes to go until halftime as Lloyd at midcourt into the forecourt, works it over to the right side to Wakefield. Back up top to Jensen. Around the arc, they work it to Hatch. Shot is up. No good. Grace down with a rebound as it goes to Wakefield. Goes back up top to Hatch. Left angle to Lloyd. Jensen straight away. Goes over to Wakefield. Shot up from the side. Banks off, no good. And Grace comes up with a rebound. Nice back door, and Lloyd puts it in. Soda was on the run, and they forgot to take the basketball with them. Skinner going to check in, and Parker for Soda. Grace leads at the 5:23 mark in the second quarter, 12-9. Once again, the Cards, they will head on down to St. George. Well, it's my hometown. That's when my oldest went to Dixon High School. Snow Canyon wasn't quite built yet. We lived in Santa Clara. Santa Clara kids go to Snow Canyon down there. And then when they finished Snow Canyon High School, my daughter, she was the very first student body president of Snow Canyon High School. My youngest played on a state championship football team at Snow Canyon. And he was some kind of big deal in the student body officers. I don't know what he was. Big deal at the University of Florida. Now he's the registrar. Lob comes inside to Tingy. Lob now inside. Skinner, Tingy. Tingy across to Osborne. Osborne scored. 12-11. Ball comes into Hatch. Hatch almost has it taken away. Might have been a walk there. When the ball is kicked out of bounds, it'll belong to Grace. 12-11. Grizzlies with a 1-point lead. 12-11. Have the ball along their own baseline. The ball comes into Stoddard. Down in the low blocks to Jensen. Back to Stoddard. And Tingy with the steal. Tingy driving in 2-on-1. And I think Grace was out of bounds with the steal. Pretty good effort. Checking in for the Grizz is going to be Schaefer. They got a deep bench. They got 5 more kids on the bench than Soda does. They like their basketball in Grace. Ball is kicked away. Lloyd comes up with it. Lloyd pushes it into the fourth court. Cross court, they work it to Schaefer. Ball taken away by Parker. Crossover dribble. I probably would have called the reach in there. And we got a whistle underneath. Call a foul on Soda. It's going to go against White. And that's her first. We'll put Lloyd at the free throw line. Shot is up and rattles around, pops out. She'll get one more. 4:16 to go in the half. Lloyd with the second shot. That rims out, and Parker down with the rebound. Remains a 1-point lead for Grizzlies. As Taylor Tingy drives in, had an open lane, she couldn't finish it. Lead pass comes down, and White knocks it out of bounds. Checking in is Osborne for Soda and Cooper for Grace. 1-point lead for Grace. This is a junior varsity game. We're in the second quarter. 4 minutes to go. Cooper, left side, shot is up, not that was long, and White kicked it out of bounds. Grace ball along their own baseline. Comes in on the left wing. Tingy with the defense. Comes over to Lloyd. Parker on Lloyd. Man-to-man defense. Bounce pass comes in. Shot is up. Short off the rim. Battle for the rebound. And Taylor Tingy comes out of there with it. Leaves it for Parker. Parker into the fourth court. Goes over to White on the left wing. Lob comes into Osborne. One dribble. Puts it up with the left hand. Can't finish it. And Grace down with the rebound. As the ball is kicked around and Tingy comes up with it. And then Grace with the steal. Back the other way. Stoddard lost it off her foot. And they're going to call traveling on Grace. It'll be Josie Tingy to inbound the ball to Parker. Parker is 5'5". She's a freshman. Goes to White. White will work around the arc to the right angle. Over to Parker. 3-point shot is that splashed. 3-point shot by Taylor Tingy. And timeout, Grace. I'm going to have to double check with the scorebook. I'm sure that was Taylor. I know I missed some Grace baskets in the first quarter. I've had a week. Yesterday it was the dentist. And then today it was the cardiologist. So I raced back from Pocatello and we're here. Stopped at McDonald's and had 2 cheeseburgers and a large Coke before I hit the road. Made it in plenty of time. Soda leads by 2 on that 3-point shot by Taylor Tingy. 14-12 as Coach Cassie Wrigley calls timeout for the Grizz. We've got 2:46 to go until halftime. The ball will come into Lloyd. Lloyd works to the right angle, down into the corner. They work it to Schaefer. Inside and foul on Soda. Foul's going to go against Parker, and that's her second. crowd's starting to fill in here. Of course, they probably fill up the gym tonight with Grace. Goes over the left side. Ball almost kicked away. It goes to Schaefer. Ball kicked outside to Stoddard. Herbeck and Lloyd. Lloyd, a running one-hander. Rebound. He is knocked out of bounds. And Tingy was the last one to touch it. Grace ball underneath her own basket. Ball comes in. Stolen away by Dozy Tingy. Lead pass to White. White going to take it in. Puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Ball is put up. It's loose on the floor. And they're going to call a jump ball. This one will belong to Soda. Tingy will pick it out of bounds. Checking in for the Grizz will be Brooke Wakefield. Checking out is going to be Bailey Stoddard. Tingy gets the ball in to Osborne. Osborne's blocked. Had a beautiful hook shot with the left hand. Swished it. But the officials say she walked before she put it up. 2 minutes to go until halftime. Skinner set to check in for Soda. Ball goes to the left angle. Bounce pass to the high post to Schaefer. Back on the angle. Bank shot is no good. Schaefer with the rebound. Puts it up, and then Soda comes down with a rebound. It's Tingy. Off to Parker. Parker into the forecourt with 1:35 to go until halftime. Goes over to the right wing. Held up there by Tingy. Tingy will give it to Parker. Parker up top between the circles. Back over to the right side to Tingy, and we got a whistle. The ball was knocked out of bounds. Skinner, Aspen Skinner will check in, and Osborne will check out. Ball comes into Tingy, and the ball stolen away. White stole it back. She's quick. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to shoot it. It's up, and that's the shot clock. Good defense by Grace, but I think we had a foul against Grace, as Soda put it right up at the shot clock buzzer. Let me see who the foul is on. Foul is going to be on Amanda Cooper. Shot up, he's good. And that is Skinner with the free throw. Should get one more. Second shot. Karams off. No good. Not sure that hit the rim. Ball comes up to Lloyd. Lloyd into the forecourt. Will cross over between the circles. Under a minute. Lloyd over the right side to Hatch. On the wing. Comes at a high pulse. Back to Schaefer. Battle for the rebound. I think we got a jump ball. This one will belong to Grace. Soda leads by 3, 15-12. And Grace will have the ball underneath her own basket. Comes in, shot from the wing, hit the top of the backboard. And that's still a live ball unless it hits the wire. Lloyd with the shot. That's no good. Hatch battles for the rebound. It's loose. And White double teams the ball underneath, and it's stolen away by Tingy. Tingy will bring it into the forecourt with the left hand. Down to 20 seconds. Comes over to Taylor Tingy to Mila White. Back to Tingy. Goes over to Miley. Miley drives into the left hand. Tough luck shot, just about at it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And at the buzzer, the shot is blocked. And Soda takes the lead. And it is 15-12. We gotta go down and check with the scorekeepers. We'll see if we've got the Cardettes marching here at halftime. I'll be right back. I gotta double check some scores. Okay, I think I've got it. Turn the page. I'm looking at Melbourne. I've had a day, so hang with me. Working without a net, no glasses. For Grace, Paisley Hatch had a 2-point basket for two. I've got neuropathy too. I'm a mess. Can't hold my pen. Paisley Bartlome hit a basket for two. Hattie Rasmussen hit two baskets for four. Shaston Lloyd had two baskets for four. Callie Yost hit 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and Amanda Cooper hit a basket for two. Grace hit on 2 of 6 from the free throw line, and I believe they committed 4 personal fouls. I missed one. Only had one basket in the second quarter. So Soda defense really strong. For Soda, 3 points for Taylor Tingey on a 3-point basket. 5 points for Hazley Mumford. She had 2 twos, was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. 3 points for Aspen Skinner. She had a 2, was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Miley White with a basket in the first quarter for 2. And Hallie Osborne had a 2-point basket for 2s. Soda was 2 of 3 from the free throw line, committed 6 personal fouls. Only one in a little bit of foul trouble is Jaden Parker for Soda. She has 2. At the end of the first quarter, Grace led it by 1. It was 10-9. And then Soda outscored Grace by 4 in the second quarter as Soda took the lead 15 to 12 here at halftime. Have the Soda shootout going on out on the middle of the floor. College stuff, basketball and football. I don't know if you saw that BYU game or not, but that was just nuts. And now the Big 12 is investigating Arizona State because somebody from the Sun Devils had a camera in BYU's halftime locker. And then Arizona State got fined by the Big 12 $25,000 for letting the fans run onto the field before the ball game was over. And that was just nuts as the Arizona State quarterback trying to just run the clock out, threw the ball up into the stands, and the ball hit with 1 second to go. And BYU just about scored on a 50-yard touchdown. And Arizona State won it 28-23. BYU will have Houston at LaVelle Edwards Stadium in Provo this Saturday, and that will be the final game of the regular season. The Cougars should get a bowl game. They're still kind of hanging around the Big 12 championship, but they can't lose to Houston or they'll be out of the picture. Utah lost to Iowa State 31-28. They've had a miserable season, have the Utes. And they will be at Central Florida, UCF, this Saturday. Utah State, the Aggies put it on San Diego State 41-20. And they finish at Colorado State this Saturday. Boise State beat Wyoming 17-13. They'll be at Oregon State, face the Beavers this Saturday. Idaho beat Idaho State 40-17. That was in Pocatello. That was the end of their regular season, so the rest of their schedule is to be announced. Of course, in the Big Sky division, they actually play that off, so Idaho should be right in there. Idaho State is done. Weber State beat Cal Poly 28-17, and the Wildcats are done. Basketball, BYU is 6-0. They've got Ole Miss, the Rebels, at the Marriott Center on Thursday. Utah's 4-1. They've got Mississippi Valley State tonight at the Huntsman Center. We've done ball games in both of those arenas. Huntsman Center is easier, I thought nicer than the Marriott Center. Utah State is 5-0, and they've got St. Bonaventure Thursday. Boise State is 5-1. They're at Boston College tonight. Idaho is 2-5. They've got UC Irvine Saturday. Idaho State is 3-4. They're at South Dakota next Wednesday. That's next week. And Weber State is 2-4. This is basketball, and they are at Bowling Green. So we're just about ready to go for the second half. I normally do all this stuff on a computer. If you could see this table up here, all my handwritten notes. 15-12 is the halftime score. Should be Sodas basketball to begin the second half. Grace will go on defense. And they have got Rasmussen, Jensen, Lloyd, Bartlome, and I'm missing one. I'll pick up the Soda kids. As White works to the left wing, ball is knocked away from White by Lloyd. So White will inbound the ball on the side across the way. Has a hard time getting it in, and the ball is loose, and White picks it up. Again, she is so quick. Must be the red hair. Goes to the angle to Tingy. Tingy on the right angle, working against Wakefield. Comes to Mumford straight away. Mumford, wow, whistled that right past White, and it'll be Grace's ball. Grace with the basketball behind by 3. As Soto will drop back into a zone. As Tingy will pick it up at midcourt. Go to the right side to Lloyd. Back up top to Bartlome. Shot is up by Lloyd, and it was blocked, but Grace was the last one. Now he changed his mind. It'll be Grace's ball. As Wakefield will take it out of bounds. Comes into Lloyd. High post, they work it to Rasmussen. Shot is up, no good. Nice blocks off by Miley White. White will push it down, now work it back down into the middle. Up top between the rings, looking for a pick, gets it over to Taylor Tingy. Tingy drives in the middle of the paint, cut off. Gets it over to White. White puts a shot up, no good, and Soto runs the rebound down. Josie Tingy outside to Mumford. Mumford from behind the free throw line scores. 7 points for Hazley, and Soto takes the lead 17-12. Into the fourth quarter is Bartlome. Bartlome high post to Lloyd. Ball comes inside, low block, shot up, and White down with the rebound. Miley White will push it into the fourth quarter. White to Taylor Tingy on the angle. Mumford puts up a wild shot. That won't go. Grace on the run. As on the run is Wakefield. Cut off. And we got a whistle. Probably a foul on Soto. And that one went against Gonna go against Mumford, and that's her second. A little shoe maintenance is Josie Tingy. Puts a little more air in the tire. Grace ball out underneath her own basket. Ball comes in to Wakefield. High post, they work it. Back over on the wing, back to Wakefield, and ball stolen away by Mumford. Mumford will get it off to Tingy. Tingy lead pass down to Josie Tingy. Oh, Josie missed a layup. And Josie then Skinner is going to get tied up. Alternate possession belongs to Grace. Checking into the Grizzlies, Paisley Hatch. Soda pulls the full court pressure off, drops back into the zone. They'll pick them up at midcourt. They run a midcourt trap. Ball comes at a high post to Cooper. Back over to Bartolome on the angle, across court to Lloyd. Ball comes underneath. Soda asleep on the defense, back door. Grace with the rebound. Now it's loose. And falling down with it comes out to Lloyd. 3-point shot up by Lloyd. Missed everything, and the ball goes out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Cards. Skinner will inbound the ball to Tingy. Bailey Tingy will bring it into the forecourt. Picked up by Lloyd. High post to Mumford. Mumford drives down the right side, kicks it back to Tingy. Tingy 3-point shot, short off the front of the rim. Coming down to 5 minutes, Soda leads it 17-12. We're in the third quarter. Ball goes down into the corner for Grace, knocked away, picked up by Cooper, stolen away. Tingy gets it over to Taylor Tingy. Mumford looks at a three, rims out, as Josie Tingy lost it off her hands, out of bounds, and it'll belong to Grace. Timeout. 30-second timeout by Billy Rasmussen. 17-12, a 5-point lead with 4:41 to go in the third quarter. And Soda calls timeout. Once again, the varsity will follow this one, scheduled for 7:30. Again, I've had one of those weeks, and we're only 2 days into it. I went to the dentist yesterday, and the dentist that worked on my teeth yesterday is from Grace. So we had a good conversation, and then Dr. Walker comes in and finishes things up. And of course, we miss Kate. She's kind of the missing piece to the Soda basketball team, and doggone it, ACL again. Goes over to the right side to Bartolome, across over to Hatch. Looking inside, nothing doing. Comes back outside to Lloyd. Back over to Bartolome. Hatch swings out. Comes over on the left angle to Lloyd. Up top to Hatch, to Bartolome to Hatch. Tough defense by Soda. Zone defense. And Soda holds them to the end of the shot clock. And Grace will turn it over. 4:06 to go in the third. Soda leads it by 5. 17-12 as White will walk it into the forecourt. Works to the right side to Tingy. That might have been a walk. Comes back outside to White. Back to Josie Tingy. Josie Tingy on the angle. Looking inside. Nothing there. Mumford swings out. Mumford on the angle. Kicks it outside to Taylor Tingy. Back to Mumford on the angle at the elbow. Oh, what a shot by Mumford. Got her own rebound. Falls down. And Bartolome picks it up, gets it over to Lloyd for Grace. Lob comes over to Bartolome. Bartolome outside, way outside on the angle. We'll bring it back between the circles. Bartolome looking inside. Cross court to Lloyd. Bartlome in the middle, gets it over to Hatch, inside to Lloyd. Lloyd puts it up, that's no good. Battles for the rebound and underneath. Shot is up and good. And I believe that is Rasmussen. High post. 3-point lead. White with a 3-point shot. That caroms off no good. Rasmussen with the rebound. And they'll get it to Lloyd. Lloyd up the floor to Bartlome. Grace behind by 3 with the basketball. Comes up to Hatch. And ball almost stolen away. Lloyd down into the corner to Rasmussen. Comes across court and Grace threw it away. Went right to the Grace bench. Right to Bailey Stoddard. She is sitting down. Lloyd checks out. As Taylor Tingy get into the forecourt, left wing to White, outside the circle. White holds up. Lob comes in, was too high for Josie Tingy. Cross court, shot is up and no good. But Grace is going to run the rebound down. It's Hatch. It's Carpenter checked in. Carpenter up top to Bartlome. Back down into the corner they work it. Carpenter to Bartlome. Back to Carpenter. Bartlome straight away. Over to Hatch on the right angle. Covered by White. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter. As Jensen gets it up. Shot is up. And the rebound comes down to Tingy. They call a jump ball. And the jump will belong to Soder. And we've got Taylor Peterborough checking in. Check in for Josie Tingy. Ball comes into Taylor Tingy. Tingy will walk it into the fourth court. Over the right side on the angle to White. Miley White drops it inside to Tingy. Back to White. They're making Peterborough. Goes around to Osborne. Back outside to White. White up top between the circles. A minute 15 to go in the third. Tingy to Mumford. Mumford starts the drive. Back to Tingy. Tingy 3-point shot. Short off the rim. Coming down to just a minute to go in the third quarter. Comes across court to Carpenter. Underneath Carpenter all alone on the back door. And it's a 1-point game, 17-16. Tingy will work it into the fourth court to the right angle to Miley White. To Osborne, straight away, back to White. White working between the circles with 32 seconds, 15 on the shot clock. Into Mumford, little contact there. I think the ref is going to say they both knocked it out, and the alternate possession will belong to Grace. Mumford will check out, Skinner will check in. 26.7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Soda with a 1-point lead, and Grace with the basketball. Lob comes down to Carpenter. Osborne rips it away. Osborne in the backcourt will leave it for White. White from the free throw line. Gets it over to Peterborough. She missed about an 8-footer. Tough look shot there. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 3-point shot is off the rim, no good. And at the end of 3, Soda 17 and Grace 16. So Grace scored 4 points in that quarter, and Soda scored 2. So Grace outscores Soda by 2 points, and we'll have one more quarter to go, and Soda will begin the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. Ainsley Mumford was the only one to score for Soda in that third quarter. Addie Rasmussen had a basket in the third quarter for Grace. And Kersley Carpenter had a basket for Grace. 17-16, 1 quarter to go. With 8 minutes up on the board, it'll be Soda's ball to begin the final quarter. They'll go with Tingy and Skinner and Parker and Mumford. Grace has got Jensen, Rasmussen, Hatch, and Carpenter, and Wakefield. Soda will inbound the ball in the backcourt, comes into Parker. Parker will bring it into the forecourt, gets a pick. Parker drives all the way in, it scores! That's Parker's first basket. Nice pick by Mumford into the forecourt. Ooh, walk there. Goes Hatch back outside to Wakefield. Wakefield around the arc. Back up top to Hatch. Hatch will back it up. Man-to-man defense. Comes over to Wakefield. To high post. Shot blocked away by Mumford. Mumford on the run. Goes into the left hand and scores. Mumford with 9 points. Timeout. Grace. Mumford just swatted that away like a housefly, and she was led the charge going down, took it in off the left side with the left hand, and it's a 5-point lead for Soda, 21-16, as Soda has scored 2 baskets in this fourth quarter. They put the time for the timeout up on the scoreboard. Sometimes I wish they didn't do that as it runs down. I mean, nobody really cares. 7:18, that's what people want to know. Not quite a minute had gone off, so they scored twice and shut Grace out so far in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Soda leads it 21-16. Grace basketball, and they'll have it on the side across the way. The ball comes in from Hatch to Wakefield. Ball stolen away by Parker. Lead pass to Tingy. Tingy puts it up with the left hand, blew the layup, but got the rebound. Goes over to Parker to Mumford, back outside to Parker to Tingy. Mumford turns seats and scores. Mumford with 11 points, and it's 23-16. Grace has numbers if they'll just work it in. Soda was still in the back court. Nice backdoor shot is up. No good. Down with the rebound. Parker comes up with it. Parker into the fourth court. Lets the traffic clear. Goes across court to Tingy. Tingy a 3-point shot. Skinner down with the rebound. And then Grace finally clears it. Comes up the floor to Wakefield. Wakefield against Skinner. Goes over to Hatch up top near the midcourt spot. Midcourt. Comes over to Wakefield. Wakefield back up top to Carpenter. Carpenter across court. Over on the angle to Hatch. Hatch will bring it back between the circles. Holds up on the left angle, up top to Wakefield. The ball taken away by Tingy. Tingy drives down off the left side, laid it up with the left hand, laid it up too hard. Parker with the rebound. Parker across the bottom. Mumford from the left elbow scores. That's 6 points for Mumford, and Soda leads by 9. It'll be Hatch into the fourth court. Gets it to Carpenter. Ball almost was knocked away, but it goes out of bounds. And they say Grace touched it last, and the other referee overruled. Osborne checks in, or trying to. Grace will send 3 in. Some Stoddard. Cooper, I think. And Stoddard trying to pick up the last one. Ivan Rasmussen. Parker. Mumford. 3-point shot. She is on fire. 28-16, a 12-point lead for the Cardinals. As Lloyd works into the forecourt. Bounce pass underneath is kicked away. Rasmussen has a shot block. Grace with the rebound. Lloyd from behind the free throw line. And Soda comes down with the rebound. It's Skinner. Skinner will leave it for Parker. Parker into the forecourt. Goes to Mumford. Mumford has the ball taken away. And reaching in and tying the ball up from Stoddard was Parker and Tingy. And the alternate possession will belong to Grace. Lloyd will inbound the ball right in front of the Soda bench. 4:37 to go in the ball game. 28-16. Soda. They work it to a high post, back to Lloyd, and Lloyd is fouled. And again, I can't see their little fingers without my glasses. They're going to call it against Josie Tinky. And that's her first. That'll put Chaston Lloyd at the free throw line. Shot is up, and Karam's off the heel of the basket. Lloyd will get one more. She was shooting. Shot is up, and that one rattles in. Soda into the forecourt. It's Parker. Parker between the rings over to Tingy. Taylor, double dribble Taylor Tingy. They let that go. And then they're going to say, I think Tingy knocked it out of bounds, and I'm not sure about that one. Timeout, Grace. Soda with an 11-point lead. At 17, the varsity will follow this one, as it was a 1-point game at the end of the third quarter, and it's been the Hazley Mumford show, and she has 16 points on the night. Good crowd starting to file in. Figured there'd be quite a few Grace folks that would drive up. I drove over to Pocatello and back today. Got a few snowflakes, but the roads were mostly just wet, very wet. A lot of folks on the freeway driving to Thanksgiving. A lot of semis. In fact, one of them had jackknifed off between Ingham and McCammon. There's about 5 highway patrol right there trying to help. Lloyd into the forecourt on the left wing. Lloyd working against Tingy. Bounce pass comes into Rasmussen, and it's blocked by Osborne, and that was a pretty good block. She's going to pick up her second foul, and that's going to put Rasmussen at the free throw line. First free throws. High arcing shot is good. He rattles in. She gets the first one. She'll get one more. That's 7 points. Rasmussen. Shot is up. That one Karam's off. And then Cooper was over the top. They let that go. Lloyd drives. Has a block by Mumford. Lloyd battles for her own rebound, and Osborne takes it away. And did they call a foul on Osborne? Or did she step on the baseline? Skinner checks in and White checks in. We got 4:38 to go in the ball game. Bob comes into Rasmussen, back to Lloyd. Up top, bounce pass. And battle for it. We're going to get a jump ball. Skinner ties it up. And this one belongs to Soto. Aspen Skinner will inbound the ball against full court pressure. Comes into Mumford. Back to Parker. Parker into the forecourt. Pulls up. Lets traffic clear. Gets it back up top. Mumford. Over to Josie Tingy. Tingy on the left wing. Comes into Mumford at the elbow. Back outside to White. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 3:19 on the game clock. Ball almost taken away from Parker. 9 seconds. Ball comes underneath. Shot put up by Skinner. And she missed a tough one. She was kind of twisted up around the bottom of the basket there. And that's, you can't do that. As Hatch went out of bounds and was the first one to touch it inbounds. So that's a turnover. 3:01 to go in the ball game. As Skinner gets it outside, knocked away, battle for it, and coming up with it is Tingy. To Parker to White. White outside, drives down the right side, shot is blocked by Bailey Stoddard. Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Soto leads it by 10. 2:48. Soto inbound the ball on their own baseline. Lob comes into Parker, out to White. White from the elbow to Mumford, back to Parker. 18 on the shot clock. 2:37 to go on the game clock. White working against Stoddard. 3-point shot is up, missed everything. So Grace with the basketball behind by 10. And timeout, Cassie Rigby. 28-18, 2:29 to go in the ball game. So the big fourth quarter. Grace hasn't scored a basket from the floor in the fourth quarter. They are 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Soto's only shot 3 free throws in the entire game. But it's been the Hazley Mumford that has really taken off here. 16 points for Hazley. She's a 5'9" freshman. She'll be 6'4" when she's a senior. Grace, basketball on the jump. Or was it a jump? Grace basketball, any way you look at it. Once again, Grace in their bullet gray. Nice uniforms. Ball comes in this Stoddard. Shot is up, no good. Shot is up and in. And that was Cooper. So Grace cuts it to 8. Soto runs a little weave up top. Parker gets a pick from Mumford to Tingy. Tingy to White, under 2 minutes. White to Parker, 16 on the shot clock. Parker drives, has a lane to the basket, and lays it in. That's 4 points for Parker. Grace left the back door open. Ball knocked away. Parker comes up with it. Parker over to the left side to Skinner. Skinner, one dribble, drops it in. 5 points for Aspen Skinner. Soto leads by 12, 1:25 to go in the ball game. Comes over the left side to Stoddard. High post to Hatch. Mumford just about knocks it away. Hatch in the middle of the paint. Goes over to Cooper. Cooper to Lloyd. Back across to Hatch. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Goes to Stoddard. Lloyd, a 3-point shot. Banked it in. And that was from the side. I like Lloyd. She's a good player. 51 seconds. Soto with 25 on the shot clock. Leads 32 to 23. Ball knocked out of bounds, and I think that went off of White's foot. Peterboard and Osborne. Checks in. Tingy and Parker check out. 44 seconds to go in the ball game. Soto leads 32-23 as Lloyd works into the forecourt. Top of the key, they work it to Rasmussen. Goes into the corner. Lob comes in. That might have been a foul on Mumford. They let it go. Shot is up, no good. Soto with the rebound. Shot clock is off. They get it to White. White working against Stoddard into the forecourt. Crosses over, works to the right side. Bounce pass to Osborne. Goes back up top to Miley White. Gets a pick from Osborne. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we got a whistle with 0.3 seconds. Going to be Grace ball. Or not. Soto ball. Aspen Skinner will take it out for the Cards. Ball comes in, and that's the ball game. Soto wins it 32-23. Big fourth quarter by Hazley Mumford. Give me a second. I'll add up the scoring for you. And we'll be right back. Varsity game just right around the corner.